You tell. Uh,
ये है ना क्रॉस है इसके ऊपर क्रॉस है क्या ये क्लिक करो राइट
yeah. Okay. Is it okay now? Okay. Testing. One, two, three. Hello. Hello. Yeah. I hope my voice is audible now. Okay. Yeah. Right. So Vaishali Ramesh Babu. Uh, yeah. Just one minute. Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's okay now. Yeah. Sorry, some technical issue over there in voice. Vaishali Ramesh Babu was born on Vaishali Ramesh Babu, born on 21st June 2020, 2001, is an Indian GM. She is a two-time champion of the FIDE Women's Grand Swiss Tournament, winning the 2023 edition, and of course successfully defending that. And she she secured her qualification for the two editions of the Women's Candidates Tournament in 24 and 26, and she played Grand Swiss in 2025. I have to say that her form was very bad in the year 2025, and she was reluctant to play the Grand Swiss tournament, and because she was suffering from consecutive defeats and her rating was dipping constantly, but her team uh, motivated her and upped her morale, and she played and somehow convinced Vaishali to play the Grand Swiss, and she topped that tournament. She won the tournament, and that was the only way to play the candidates match 2026 en route the World Chess Championship. So she successfully won that tournament in 2025, and of course we are all seeing her result in 2026 candidates chess. So I have to say, uh, her younger brother R. Pragnananda, as you all know, we call him Prag, his brother. Okay, those who don't know, I'm just telling, he's just famous in India, and uh, yeah. Okay, so that's both started, I think, at the age of 12. So that was the thing, and okay, so let us go to the uh, Puri. பண்ணிட மறந்து போயிடும். Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so she starts with, I'll just move back. Okay, so e4, c5. Today there are lots of technical issue. Please bear with me, and we'll just pick up, and we'll go through full analysis. Stay tuned. e4, c5, nf3, nc6, d4. These are all the routine openings. C takes d4, n takes d4, e5. So this is called the Lowenthal variation, n d2, n e2, and this n e2 is not played more often in the top level tournament. Okay, so as I can see from the database that very few games are there. It starts with actually it has the last line, last database is showing 2023. So this line is played very rare, and as you can um, this is a trend that the rare line is played and prepared for the top level tournaments. NF6, NBC3 has been played, and black plays BC5, NG3. So the knight starts from G1 F3, goes there, and D4, and comes back to E2, and then gets a posting over there for further onward movements. Okay, NG3, D6, knight A4, attacking, because this is the bishop, that is the knight is going to come somewhere and attack this. B4, C3, and of course it has to attack the bishop, but this is stopping the knight reverting back, and if a attack comes like this, A6, B5, it will be, this knight will be doomed. So now BE2, preparing for the castle. Again, no audible, no voice. I think it's okay now. Yeah, it is settled, right? Yeah, it's okay. B2, preparing for the castle. A6, preparing for the B5 attack, and now B4, BC7, and here is the castle, and these are all the routine moves. Castle, castle. Yeah, okay. Now okay, right. Thank you for the support. Queen D3. Queen D3 is the clearance from the first rank. Whenever a piece comes from the first rank, it is a clearance. You can see some piece is going to come. Queen D3, and BE6, rook D1. Yeah, so the rook is coming and just pushing and pressuring the D file. H6. Yeah, so H6 is a, we can see that it's a prophylactic move, stopping the BG5 and the pin, this pin. Okay, BE3, and BE3. Here, what can black play? Just you can just tell me what can be the best move over here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, here actually there are two choices. The engine choices are b5 and also knight g4. Okay, so b5 is playable, perfectly playable here. Okay, but the knight goes to b2, and of course this b5 is the important move here. But Bibisara played a different move, rb8. Okay, so just trying to push the pawn and prepare the rook. Knight b2 is going up, going down, and preparing for a jump over somewhere over c4. And here black plays b5 and a3. Here, if what happens if white plays, I want to just give you one information. If what if white plays h3, so h3 is played, then black can play d5. Okay, this is a center push for which black is preparing, and here the white can just simply play bishop c5 and attack. It looks as a strong move, but actually it is not. Okay, so rook e8 can be played, but rook e8. But before that, see here, rook e8 has to be played. But before that, uh, if we just capture it, say e takes d5 and knight comes over here and takes d5. Now b c5, so attacking the rook. Now instead of rook e8, there is one move which can be played. So can you tell me what is that move? Just giving away this rook. This is a very tricky move. Please, if you like my video and analysis, please like my stream and subscribe to the stream. And thank you for your support, and that your support will give me more inspiration to prepare for more analysis. Six peoples are watching, so your likes are very much a big motivation for me to prepare more stuff. So Vaishali Rameshbabu, actually she just kept in the first half, she kept her cool, and she drew the games. Most of the games was drawn except I think one game, which we will see. But she was in the ring. Okay, so that was her top notch. What you can say, the strategy. Yeah. Okay, here a beautiful move is coming, f5. Okay, so f5, and if bishop takes f8, now the queen takes f8. It is not the value of pieces. Actually in chess what happens, it is not the value of pieces, it is the positional value that matters a lot. So once you master the positional values or each and every pieces, each and every piece, uh, be it a lower piece, because you have given, the black has given away the rook for a bishop, but the pawns on e5 and f5 are so dangerous, and the all the pieces, black pieces are so active. The bishop is doing the job, knight, both the knights, both the bishops. Okay, and the pawns are storming. Okay, but here white has got its Rook, yeah, castling around. Congratulations to Vaishali. Yeah. So here the rook is now is yet to be developed, and the knight cannot move. Actually, knight cannot move. So two pieces are already out of the play. So and the queen has come into play. Black queen has come into play. So that is the thing, and that is why this was the line. Just I want to show it to you, and I played a move called h3, and now see it is a Vaishali. We say congrats, everything. Of course, our best wishes are there with her, and it is a big boost to the women's chess in our country, India. So it is a very big tonic for the young players, female players, to just learn more and give their best. So that is the thing, and b5, and now coming back a3, white plays a3, knight g4, attacking the bishop, b takes g4, and b takes g4. So this bishop is just controlling the center, so that is why this bishop is not being given. Instead of the more uh, what do you say, inactive bishop, this bishop is being given for the active knight. Okay, so these are the basic thing you need to remember. Of course, the bishop is attacking the rook, rook d2, knight e7. Now Vaishali plays c4. Okay, that is pushing up the pawn, and just having an eye on the d5 square. Okay, rook c1, activating the rook. Here black plays f5, white takes e takes f5, knight takes f5, and knight takes f5, and rook takes f5. She is playing very beautifully. Black is playing very beautifully. Bibisara. C takes b5 and a takes b5. Now here, uh, what should have been strategically played? Anything you can just tell me suggestion. What can be played over here? Rook has got the open file, C file. You can already see that Rook loves open file. So I would like you to just have a go in this move. The next move of white. Yeah, anybody you can. Yeah, RC castling around says RC6. Okay, very good. Castling around. Any other move which can be played here? RC6 is perfectly playable. Very good. See here, what happens is Vaishali played RC6. Okay, so here she played RC6, but instead, first of all, you need to you can play RDC2, just doubling the batteries. Okay, so that was the thing, and the better move was that. So what she decides is RC6, and then putting the queen or rook back, rook f7. So she is just strengthening the seventh rank, queen c3, rook c8, and here he goes a4. Vaishali goes a4. So Bibisara takes the pawn, and now the question is, the beautiful question is, will you take that pawn, and why? Yes or no should be supported by why. Okay, it's a very interesting line. If knight takes a4, what happens? Yeah, anyone? Vaishali didn't took that pawn. Okay, so why was it so? Yeah, anyone? Okay, so NB6. So who will play NB? No, it is actually black to play. Narasimha, it is black to play. So why is NA4 not playable? What is the tactic involved in this? So through these streams, I want to just test your knowledge, and giving. I'm trying to just giving you food for thought, so that you people are uh, participating. So what is the tactic for black over here? There is a very simple tactic involved. So these small things, this tactic, these are all very important. If we capture the pawn while playing our tournament, also we should be very we should calculate why he is giving away a pawn or something like that. So even our pawn, in this case our pawn has gone, right? So our pawn is gone, and why it is Vaishali played nc4. So why it is not playable? Na4 is not playable. Narasimha says ra8. So ra8, there is no threat actually. This is a simple, very simple threat. So anyone who can tell? So these are all very simple tactics. That's why I want you to. I am very fond of asking very simple questions, not difficult ones. Of course, I will take difficult topics in the coming streams, that also. But I am also new to this stream and new to the techies, technical parts. So I'm not well versed. So I'm just trying to give you whatever possible I have. RA8 is a very simple threat, and because we should not fall in this kind of trap. So if we fall in this kind of trap, we'll lose our peace. That's a very simple tactic involved. Castling around Narsimha. So 8 people are watching the stream, and please like my stream. I would request, and subscribe. And your support is very motivating for me, which would motivate me to prepare more interesting stuff for you. Yeah, okay. So here a very simple tactic, bd7. Okay, so bd7 comes, and it is just trapping that knight. If that rook supports RA6, okay, then the next move comes BB5. Okay, just threatening this rook, and the rook has to just run. Okay, because this is materially, this is very, what do you say? And here what happens? BB8 can be done. Okay, BB8 can be done. It is a double attack. It is a double attack. So these kind of traps you should not fall. You need to keep it in mind while playing your games. Okay, so just let us go back to that position. Here Vaishali played NC4. She didn't took that pawn in A4, and you can see that the players at the top level, they are focusing on the development of pieces. BD7. Here that is still very interesting thing, interesting move, which can, there is only one move which can save Vaishali. So now again I would like to ask that question. Otherwise she would have lost this game. And as I can see, Bibisara has 5 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock, and Vaishali has around 30 seconds on the clock, 30 or 38 seconds. So she calculated this move and very rightly played that and saved the game in that limited time. What is the move? Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah, knight d6, excellent. Okay, knight d6 was the move which was well calculated in the limited time on the closing 38 seconds. And that, let us say, if white played RA6, then this is a big loss. Why? Because this is a lethal pin. BB8, it's a lethal pin over here. Okay, this knight can't move, and RA8, because there is a threat on this also, right? Suppose if white plays H3, I just want to show you what is the variation. That is why I am playing this H3. So BB5 coming and attacking the knight and the rook. Okay, so here, that is why the move is coming. Here N takes D6. This was the crunch. This was the move done by Vaishali as the crunch time. So I like these kind of players who are calculating their move, who are bunching their moves, and in a very pressure time. So hats off to Vaishali. And here she took B takes D6. Here uh, RD6. White played RD6. Okay, so this bishop is pinned because the rook will take the queen. Okay, even if this rook comes, what happens? Queen takes. So again this bishop is pinned. Okay, so this is the beauty of this position. I want to show you all of you. And it's a double pin, right? Double way pin. RD6 which was played, and Bibisara played R takes C6, Queen takes C6, that happened in the game, and BC6 and rook takes D8. So everything gone and the position is equal now. So RF8, and white conveniently took off that F8, King F8. Now both have got opposite color bishop, and usually the opposite color bishop theoretically ends in a draw mostly. And F4, trying to exchange that central pawn also. E takes F4, B takes f4, a3, king f2. So here this pawn, there is no use of promoting it, trying to promote, and this can come and stop, easily stop it, right? So that is why he is Bibisara is playing kf7. Now if let us say a2, just for the study sake, b e5, stopping that, and now g6, there is no use of playing further. So everything will be in black square, it has got white square. So this is a basic theory around this. If opponent has got white colored diagonal bishop, you keep all your pawns in the black square, so which will be safe. So king f7 was played, b c1 and a2. She is just forcing this pawn to come down, and now b b2 and g3, g6, g3, k e6. Now k e3, kings are here, b a1. So king c4, king d2, king b4. Okay. So king, even if the if white is pawn down, it is going to be end in a draw. Okay. King c2, king c5, h4, king d5 was played, king b2 and king e4. Okay. So here the game was agreed to be drawn. So it is 45 moves, and the time control is around 40 move, 40th move. Okay. So there is no use of continuing it, and it can be taken. So king into a2 can be taken. If it comes, k f3 comes, bishop e5 and support this pawn, and no use of proceeding further. So it was, the game was agreed in a draw was agreed. Okay. So this was round number 1 and round number 2. So how was this game? Can anybody tell any feedback about this game, analysis? How was it? I'll be happy to hear anything I have to improve, I need to improve. I will incorporate in my next stream. So Abhishek Sparta is, I think, Bihan, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? So how was the game? Can anybody tell anything positive or negatives? Welcome. Okay. Thank you. Narsima has told. Good sir. Thank you, Narsima, for this. And that is, of course, boosting me with confidence. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So let us go to the next game, next round game, which was good, sir. Okay. Thank you, Vihan. Okay. This was the game between white is played by Divya Deshmukh. Okay. Both are Indians now. Black is played by Vaishali, and this is a very interesting game. Okay, even many of the games here in the first half ended in a draw, but we can take a lot from the games. It is not winning. Chess is not only with the winning, losing. It is not like that. So it is the observation of the players, how they decide each and every move in spite of some limited parameters. Okay, within the limited parameters, and that is the beauty of this game, and how a human mind decides those moves. So that is the beauty of chess, and that is the beauty of chess is of course the beauty of life. Also in other field also we um, uh, decipher the things, we decide the things in the same fashion as in chess. Okay, Gary Kasparov has written a book that life imitates chess, right? So that is the thing, and let us see that this game between Divya Deshmukh and Vaishali. Divya played c4. Okay, so I remember that I was watching this game in the stream actually. So Vishi Anand, our 5 times world champion, inaugurated this first move between these players. Actually, every round is being the first move is played by some guest. So Vishi Anand played the c4 move, and Divya Deshmukh continued with the same move. So very interesting. So c4 e6, knight c3, d5, d4. So this is the English opening, converted into the Queen's Gambit declined. Okay, so this has been, see, you can see that c4 e6. Okay, this is just conversion. Black says I am not going to play c4 c5, the symmetrical opening. So it is just avoiding that line, and Vaishali is saying I will come within my preparation, right? And d5 Queen's Gambit, you can say decline. Okay, so h6, so c takes d5 and e takes d5, bf4, c6, okay, and e3, and bishop e6, bishop d6, sorry, bishop d6, and b takes d6, queen takes d6. So bishops are exchanged, bishop d3 and e7. So these are all routine moves. Queen c2, just eyeing that uh, lion on king side, o dash o, and f3. So and d7, the second knight development, o dash o. Okay, and f6. So coming h3, h3, g6, no, g6, rab1, and now a5. So this rook is coming and preparing for the push. So Vaishali says I'm going to occupy, I want some space, right? a5, knight a4. So Divya says before you play b5, I want to come and then sit out here on c5, knight a4, bf5, knight c5. So queen c7 and rook f c1, right? So just pressuring, creating some opening over here, trying to nd7, knight a4, rook f e8. Okay, rook f e8. So knight c3, queen d6. Okay, so queen d6. So knight e2, queen f6. Okay, so knight f4, b takes d3, exchanging the bishop, knight takes d3, knight f5, and b4. Now the b4 push comes and trying to open the b file, knight d6, a4, queen e7. Okay, so yeah, so just trying to jump over to, what do you say, b takes a5, rook takes a5. Now what happens if white plays somewhere over here, g3? I'm just asking. So can knight play to c4? Yeah, it is perfectly playable, right? But with a limited what do you say, with the limited, there's no use over here actually. It's there is no target over here for the knight. So knight c4 is of course a good position for the knight. It seems to be right, but it is there is no target for the knight. So white takes b takes a5, rook takes a5. Okay, rook b4, the supporting and trying to bring that rook also. Rook e a8 and rook c b1. Okay, so this pawn is sufficiently supported. Just trying to tie up the rook. Okay, this rook, double rook will tie up the d6 knight. Okay, so now ra7 comes, queen b3, queen d8, knight f e5. So there is see, this is the trick. So white is just trying to exchange the knight and bring a knight, another knight over here. King g7, queen d1, queen e7, queen b3. Now the players are just trying to gauge one another, whether they are going for a draw or not, because some moves are going to be repeated over here. Okay, so queen b3, queen d1, queen d1, queen e7. Now Divya says I am not going to repeat the moves. So n takes d7, queen takes d7. Okay, so n c5 attacking the queen, queen c8, queen f3. So she is coming from the, she has changed the flank of the queen and coming from the other side. So let us see what happens. So n e4. This was the blunder which um, Vaishali played in this game with Divya. Can you say why? Thank you, thank you. N e4. So why it is the blunder move? See, this drawish position or just like what do you say? You can say a dull stream of water. Okay, but they are very at the same time they can turn very violent at one point. So here there was a chance for Vaishali, sorry, chance for Divya Deshmukh to grab one point. Knight e4 is of course trying to do something strict like the fork. Okay, so why is this wrong move? Losing? Narasimha says losing what? Losing center pawn. Okay, that is okay, but more than that, something is happening. More than losing a pawn, something is happening on the board, dear Narasimha. Advik Mittal. Okay, not support. which is not supporting b7. So what will white do? What will be the strategy of white? How will it see you whenever you say these youngsters? I want to tell these youngsters, whenever you say see a position, don't look at one move. See what is the future that is coming, future moves, and what is the future advantage of white. I will just flip the board so that it will be easy for you thinking from white. I'm just trying to flip the board. Now you can see. So whenever you are trying to read a story, right? You will try to read the entire. You will know the entire thing, right? You will like to know the entire thing. So here, this is also a story. You can take it as a story and try to know the entire thing, which is there, which are there in store for white. Vaishali was very lucky over here. Okay, rook into b7. Black also plays rook into b7. Then okay, so here I will just say, see, rook into b7 is a very dangerous thing because the queen is also aiming on f7. Okay, both the rooks are coming through the b file and attacking on f7. Okay, and yeah, so this was the move. Here, how it can be done is first rook into b7, and if rook into b7, what happens? The rook takes b7. Okay, so this was the move, and rook into b7 and rook into b7 and knight g5. Okay, right. This is a very dangerous thing, right? Queen knight g5 can be played supporting this, right? Here the move queen g4 is coming dangerous. Okay, so dangerous move. Even if it captures, if it exchanges, white has got how many pawns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pawns. Okay, one pawn up, and it is easily winning. White is easily winning. right? Uh, So this is a pauser actually. So yeah, here what happened is, I will just tell you. I'll just flip the board. I'll just flip the board, and yeah, here knight e4 was played, and rook takes b7 was played by Vaishali. Rook takes b7, and rook takes b7. As you can see, the f7 is being attacked. Okay, so here ng5 supporting that f7. Here the only winning move was for not queen. Only winning move was queen g4, as I said just now. Okay, a moment back. But here Divya played queen g6, just threatening rook what do you say, rook b8 and check, and there's a mate over here. So Divya was aiming on that, but the moment queen g6, queen g3 was played, Vaishali quickly calculated rook takes c5. Here at this point, Vaishali has got 1 minute and 41 seconds in her clock. Okay, but Divya has around 49 seconds in the clock. Okay, so this was the thing, and rook into c5. If pawn into if pawn takes, queen takes. Okay, so white played queen e5, check, and then here, because king cannot go here because of the pin, lethal pin over here coming, king h7, rook b8. Now the beautiful move coming from Vaishali is, can you say the continuation, can you say the line, anybody, anyone? Because only one or two variations can save, only one variation can save Vaishali. So what is that? To draw the game. Because if the queen moves, if the queen moves, boom. Okay, so it's a checkmate. If the queen moves, there is checkmate in one. So rook h8 or queen h8, anything. So what is the move that Vaishali calculated here? Bihan says, okay, queen takes h6. Okay, queen takes h6. That rook is coming and checkmating it. Narasimha. If queen takes h6, it is queen h8 or rook h8. It is mate, gone with the wind. So this was the move played, right? Hmm. So these are all the very important things grandmasters take care of. Okay, Vihan says R C1, King H2, Queen H6, G H6, Knight F3. Yeah, excellent, Vihan. Excellent. Clap. Okay, so Very well done, Vihan. So RC1 check, driving the king to king h2, and now queen takes h3. That was the line played, actually played by Vaishali. Okay, this pawn has to take, the king can't take because of the knight. So pawn has to take, and now nf3. It's a beautiful fork, knight fork. Okay, and reaching the equal position. Okay, now rook a1. That's keeping an eye on this, and ra8. So here the game was drawn, agreed to be drawn, because there is nothing left in this position. Vaishali could have got 1 point over here, but she missed it. So yeah, it happens in the games. Okay, so any questions you need to ask, I can take, or we'll move to the next one. You can just ping me around here in the chat box. Very nice answers by Bihan, very nice. So next game is between Vaishali Rameshbabu and Anna Muzicek. So here Vaishali started with e4, e5, nf3, nc6, bc4, Italian knight f6. Okay, d3, bishop e7, the routine moves, knight c3, d6. Okay, all of them are routine. O dash o, ba2, be6, knight d5. Okay, so knight d4, knight into d4, e takes d4, knight e7. Vaishali says, I will take the bishop, queen e7, castle. So we'll just serve through this, rook into a2, d5, and now f3. Okay, just trying to, if you capture, I will just open this line. That is called the line opening, and knight d7, rook a1. So actually, very nowadays, those who are learning, I'm telling to them that if you capture, I will capture. If you capture, I will capture. So that is not chess. Okay. So chess is something above that. Line opening, development. Okay. So attacks, creating attacks, sacrifices. There are the more concepts above these. Mane kata, tune kata. That is not the thing. And c5, just consolidating the center, bishop f4. Now d takes e4, f takes e4, open the line over here, sorry, on the f line, f6, bishop g3, knight e5. Okay, queen d2, everything routine moves, nothing, just centralizing the knight over here, and rook c8, rook a c8, rook f5, rook c6. Now rook a f1, doubling, rook e6, h3, just giving a flight square in case, rook c8, queen a5, attacking the a7, b6, just supporting it and attacking it, queen b5, and now h6. These are all h3, h6. These are all very non-committal. They are called non-committal moves. Okay, whenever you don't have anything to do on the board, like queen is doing their jobs, two rooks are doing their own job, knight is placed, well placed. So these are all non-committal moves, we say. Okay, strategic moves, as you may call a4, c4, bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, and just exchanging the pieces. Queen d7, queen c7. Okay, queen d5, check, king h8, queen takes d4. Okay, so c takes d3 and c takes d3, queen g3. So here what is the piece position? White is one pawn up. Okay, 4 plus 2 6 5. But in rook and games it's very difficult to convert the single pawn advantage into a whole win. Okay, e5. Okay, so f into e5, it is just giving away the pawn, but this pawn is very difficult to uh, support or defend. Queen e4, rook d8. Okay, aiming this. If you take this pawn, I will take this pawn. So rf3, queen g5, king h2, queen e7, rook e3, queen c7, queen into e5, queen d5, queen d5, rook into d3. So everything I think is going to the balance. The game balance is retained. a5, just these three, double pawn and rook takes, and this pawn is attacked. So this is a very dead end game. Nothing, no tactics over here. Rook b3, rook into a7, rook b2. So the games are equal, and rook a8 check. Here two players agreed for a draw. Okay, so we have so far discussed how many games? 3 games. Okay, so effectively the stream started at 6:45, I think 6:50, right? So we have discussed 3 games, right? So let us go for the next one. So those who are seeing, if you like the stream, please like the stream and subscribe so that it will give me a support. Okay, big support, so that I can bring you more stuff and more interesting uh, stuff for you. Thank you. So let us go for the next one. So this game is between, okay, so this game is between Vaishali Rameshbabu playing white. Vaishali Rameshbabu is playing white, and Goriachkina Alexandra playing black. So let us see how the balance of the game. And yeah, so Vaishali again started with e4, e5. Goriachkina played with e5 and knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6. Okay, so d6, this two knights game, h6, a4, bishop c5. Okay, bishop e3, f takes e3, right, d6, opening the bishop, castle, b e6, all routine moves, b takes e6, f takes e6. Okay, so a5, castle, a6, b5, queen e1. Okay, queen e1, rook b8. So Vaishali goes queen c3. So queen c3 is attacking this. Okay, and rook b6, b4, and 14 moves has been played. and here the game is equalish. Knight bd2 d5, trying to open up the center and just trying to unwrangle this pawn. Rf b1, queen d6. Okay, so h3, avoiding this attack. d4, e takes d4. Here best move was pawn takes d4. Okay, the best move for black, because this will just relieve this double pawn, but black preferred to took with the knight. Queen c5, knight d7, and white wants to quickly exchange the queens. C takes d6 and c4 being played. Knight e2 check. Here what happens? Okay, it is no doubt. Uh, yeah. Okay. So what happens if I capture this? This knight will jump into a play, right? This knight will jump into play and attack this rook. So that is why she didn't play that move. First knight e2 check, king h2, away from the knight and away from this file, because this rook is very dangerous. And rook c8, attacking the c pawn. Rook a5, keeping a pressure on that b5. Knight f4, attacking d3. Rook b3, supporting it. Knight e2, rook b1. So again trying to repeat the moves. Knight f4, trying to repeat the moves. So both the players are showing their intent to draw the game by repetition of moves. Rook b1, and again final move knight f4 was played for the third time, and it was agreed for a draw, right? So this was the fourth game, and yeah, let us go to the next game. So let's next game was a very good one. In fact, Zhu Zhener, okay, plays Vaishali. Vaishali is playing black over here. Okay, so let us see how she plays. So anything you need to ask in that game, previous game, you can just message me. I will try to explain any doubt. Okay, you are welcome. Any suggestion about my stream, anything I need to be more specific, you can openly tell me. I will incorporate that in my next stream, so that everyone enjoys chess. Chess needs to be enjoyed first and then played. So here, Jules Jenner played e4, Vaishali played e5, solid reply, nf3, knight c6. Okay, bc4 and knight f6. So d3, h6, preventing the bishop on g5, castle d6. So this is the Italian game, and a4 and g6, a5 and bishop g7, a6. So just she's just trying to, what do you say? This is called grabbing the space. Okay, Zhu Jenner is not leaving anything. She is just grabbing the space. Nowadays, these kind of games are being played, and b6, and this pawn will actually support her in the end game, right? Not right now. So you will know the result in the end game. So that is the thing. Bishop d7, c4. Here there is no what do you say? This is a structure where the bishop is just keeping a pin on both the c4 and the a6 pawns. Knight c3, knight d4, knight takes d4 and e takes d4. Now this bishop goes out, bishop d7, knight d7, right? Knight e2, attacking that pawn on d4, c6. Here, why it should not play c5? Because c5 could have been played, but here again this pawn comes, b4 is coming. Okay, so and again ba3 is coming. The pressure is being mounted. So what happens if the now the b4, and what happens if the king goes to h1? Then the b5 comes, the dangerous. Okay, this line is coming. Okay, if you don't take that pawn, all right, c takes b4, and this pawn structure is broken again. Okay, if you don't take that, b5 comes, dangerous pawn structure, and if you take it, your pawn structure is just gone. Okay, so this is the kind of play over here. That is why Vaishali played c6, non-committal move. This is not c5. She don't play c5. f4, f5, knight g3, and why? See, I forgot to analyze this move. f5. Why f5 is a dubious move? The first question mark is coming, so it is a dubious move. Why it is coming? Because here straight away e takes f5 and g takes f5. This is somewhat, this king is open and this creates an isolated pawn on h6. Okay, so that is why it is not good to play f5 over here. So here f5 and g3, she is just trying to develop the knight and trying to ready the queen to jump on the queen side. Everything she is, Zhugeter is readying. Knight c5, b4, and yeah, knight e6, bishop d2, queen d7. Okay, h4. Here 19 moves have already been played, right? h4, with the h4. Now if you see that, can anyone tell me if white's position is better or black is better, or it is equal, something like that? And it should be supported by the reason. Okay, so if you are telling white is better, what is the reason? If black is better, what is the reason? If it is drawn, if it is drawish equalish, what is the reason? So chess is always logical game with a, we attach a reason, rational behind that. I would be happy to know that, know your understanding of the position. So 6 people are watching. Please like the stream. Your support is a big motivation for me. Okay, so Advik Mittal says white position is better because it is open and control squares. Okay, that's good, Advik. That's good. So white pieces are more, have got more squares, right? Have got more squares, and to develop further, right? So yeah, definitely white is better than black. Black pieces are actually, black bishop is own blocked by its own pawn in the center. So black bishop is a bad bishop. This is called the bad bishop if the same color pawn blocks it. And knight has got literally no squares. Okay, no squares. Only this square c7 is and queen is in the close this thing cage. That's and the rook is not developed. Right, a8 rook is not developed. All right, that's right. And great, very great. Advik, d5, c takes d5 and c takes d5 and e5. White plays e5 and then just controls the center, keeps a grip on this because white doesn't want to. White wants to keep the black's double pawn, okay, in the center. So this is blocked, perfectly blocked, and the bishop is a. Before this move, it was a bad bishop. Now it is a worst bishop. Okay, so there is no such called worst bishop, but I'm just saying, figuratively saying that it's called a bad bishop. And h5, and see this kind of moves, h5 creates a permanent weakness over g5, right? So queen b5 attacking the d3. Now rook comes into action, rook fc8, queen a1, now attacking that pawn, right? Attacking the weak pawn because this bishop is not unable to support this pawn. Now rook c7, quietly supporting it, king f7. Now the pawn grab, knight into d4, queen d4, right? Now the queen comes to center via this route with the grabbing of a pawn, king e6, rook c3, rook c8. Okay, so what happens if it captures, right? If it captures, what happens? Now queen to c3, right? Queen to c3, and then queen will be threatening, this queen will be capturing this file. This rook will not be able to develop. That is why the rook was not exchanged. Okay, so black played the another rook, rook c8, and r takes c8 and r takes d8. Now queen e3. Queen e3 is now just planning around this way, right? So black is just controlling this. So queen e3, probably the queen will be coming around this route. Okay, so let us see what happens. But this white's problem is this bishop is there. Okay, and this bishop has to be exchanged. Then only white will be able to play more. Queen e3, bishop f8. Okay, attacking that pawn. Queen g3, attacking this pawn. See, attacking this pawn, weakness. Queen e1. See how the things are being tied down, right? So these things are being tied down. So b5, bishop e7, or b1, or c2, attacking that, bishop e3, rook c3. Okay, so bishop d4, RC2. Now king H2, just going out of the way, out of the taking it to the safety. Bishop D8, rook A1, queen F2, queen F7, and bishop E3, queen E8, king H3. Actually, king H3 was not to be played. Actually, it is simply that the bishop could have gone to bishop C1 and bishop A3, right, controlling this square. So king H3, queen F7, bishop C1 goes, bishop E7. Now the white is inviting for the bishop exchange. Very clever invitation for exchange, right? Bishop takes A3, rook takes A3, right? Rook C8. Now after the bishop has gone, black king is in the center, right? We see the black king is in the center and black squares are weak. Okay, so queen G5, trying to just keep a pressure on this and always threatening this queen F6 check, right? So king D7, D4. Okay, rook G8, rook C3. Now the rook goes and this rook comes, right? This is the thing, and see the shift, the threat shift. King H2 or E6. Okay, now again queen G3. Now white is seeing that this is supported, well defended now, and now the C file, the rook's entry from the C file is good chances. So somewhere the queen has to go and support it, right? So king D8, queen E1, queen E7, right? King H3, king H3, H2 is just being played to just pause on the move, right? So queen C1, queen D7. So this line, this square has to be guarded. Otherwise, what will happen? Let us see. Uh, there is no move actually, literally no move for the black. Blacks, everything moves are already exhausted. Black has exhausted its moves. So if it moves, then checkmate in to RC8, king D7, and queen C6. So that is why black has got very limited move. So that is why queen D7 is there. Queen C2, rook E7. So just trying to just guard the seventh rank. Queen B3, rook E6. Queen B4, just trying to enter through this gate. Okay, so now my question is, see what happens if black plays, let us say, there is no move at all for black. So that is the thing. There is no move. So you can play this. So can white exchange this queen? My question is, should white exchange the queens? Yes or no? Anyone? So in see, the white queen is very active, right? So this queen is tied up, so it should not, basically it should not exchange, right? If it exchange, all the advantage is gone. Okay, so it should not exchange. So queen b4, we return to the main game. Queen a4, queen threatening this, right? So black played king f8, king e8, rook c2, and queen d8, queen c3, and king d7. Here white played waiting move, rook c1, queen b8, queen b3. So attacking that pawn, that weakness, okay, and queen a8 and king g3, king e8, rook c7. So giving entry, seventh rank entry, and that is more danger. Rook d7, rook e7, rook c6. So that point, g6 point, rook d7. So queen c2, threatening a check and capturing the queen, rook d8. Now here, what will be the white move? Vaishali Rameshbabu, uh, actually her pieces are very inactive. It is closed actually. Everything is, so yeah. What will be the move here? कोई गलत है, कोई सही है, no problem. Just you can say you're free. Your answers can motivate me a lot. Yeah, here actually, yeah, Narsima says rook into g6. That's great. Okay, rook take g6. That's what she played. Juzina played. Okay, so now this rooks gains entry and the pawns are just crumbling, right? And checkmate is not inevitable. Checkmate is inevitable. So here Vaishali resigned the game. So this was the first loss in the game for Vaishali. And so from this game you can see that we have to keep our pieces in an active position. Okay, so players have their bad patch, right? But here in the next game she will come back. Okay, that is the hallmark of a great player. So let us see the next one, and I hope you like the game, you like the stream. Thank you. So let us go to the next one. So this is the game between Katrina Lagno. Okay, here Katrina Lagno playing white and Vaishali playing black. Okay, so this was a very nice game. Actually, yeah. So here white played with e4. Okay, Katrina started the e4, black played e5, bishop c4. This is bishop's opening, knight f6. In bishop, whenever you see, whenever you defend the open with the knight, and these three walls are guarded with this knight, right? So this is called the Berlin. Bishop's opening, Berlin defense, knight c3, knight c6. Okay, d3 and bishop b4, knight f3. Okay, so these are all routine moves. h6, castle, bishop takes c3, b takes c3 and castle. Okay, rook e1 and d6, h3, avoiding the pin, and knight a5, bishop b3, c5. Okay, so knight h7, c3. So f5, e takes f5. Okay, knight takes f5, and here, yeah, for d4. So here you can see that 14 moves are already gone, and black's pieces are very well developed, and they are gaining more space than the white pieces. Okay, so e4, advancing, knight h2, b6, supporting that c5 pawn, queen h5, queen f6, bishop e3, and rook a e8. Okay, and rook a d1, bishop e6, queen e2, and queen f7. So just keeping an eye on that c4 pawn, and also to develop the knight also in future, right? d5, bishop c8, bishop a4, rook e7, and knight f1. Okay, now h5, knight d2, queen f6. Okay, rook c1, queen h4. Okay, keeping an eye on the f2 pawn, bishop c2, bishop f5, knight b3. So white is a blunder, because here actually the beautiful move comes. You can say that bishop into h3, right? Bishop into h3, and g into h3, and knight g5. You need not take this pawn. Knight g5, develop the knight, and these two, queen and knight, are very dangerous. Okay, so the bishop has to take, and now queen g5 check, and king h2, let us say. Now queen h4. Okay, so now this rook also comes. So let us say that rook g1 comes over here. Okay, this pawn is weak. Okay, this rook cannot come, king g1. So what happens if the rook comes to f1, supporting this pawn? So here rook f3 comes to just crack this. Now checkmate is inevitable, right? h3 point is gone because of the sacrifice, right? So that is why bishop take h3 was not played here. Vaishali played knight b7, that is mistake. Bishop d1, g6, she is progressing slowly. a4, rook e5, queen b2. Okay, now she sacrifices bishop take h3 and bishop h6. Okay, rook f7, rook e3, bishop g4. Okay, bishop c2, bishop f3. This is the beautiful way of throwing at attack. Okay, so G takes f3, she takes it, and here black is completely under control of the game. E takes f3, queen f3. Now just keeping an eye on g6, rook f5. That is the winning. Actually, that is a blunder. That is, it gives a full winning chance for the white. Rook takes f3, because here what happens is rook takes f3, the pawn goes out. This is a crucial pawn. F3 pawn is a crucial pawn, right? So that goes out. Now in g5, and moreover this rook is pinned. Actually, the g6 pawn is can go anytime. So knight g5, bishop g5, and rook g5, rook g3. Now here a very beautiful move was played, queen h3. Of course, white is still in control of the game. Here white played the blunderous move, queen f1. So that is completely losing. I will show you how. But here actually white could have played beautiful move, knight d2, right? Knight d2, or even king f3. Sorry, queen f3 was also good. I think, yeah, this is also good, because it has to come to g2 to guard this rook and queen threats. Okay, that was also very nice. So here knight d2 coming to knight f1, stopping all the threats. Okay, supporting the rook and stopping all the threats. So here queen f1 was played. Here Vaishali took the advantage. R takes g3, f takes g3, and queen takes g3. Okay, and queen g2, queen e3, and now this threat is blocked. Rook g5, queen h3. Okay, queen f4 check. Vaishali handled this very beautifully. King h1, rook g3. Okay, just blocking that square. Queen e6 check, king g7, queen e7, and king h6. Okay, and now bishop e4. Just trying to block this g file so that the king escapes. Rook g5. Now this is a very tactical move of blocking it. Okay, blocking this h4 square for the queen to come. Okay, so checkmate. That is checkmate coming. Bishop g2, blocking the line. But here Vaishali beautifully played queen h4 and king g1. Here white resigned actually because of a very tactical threat. Rook takes g2 check, and king takes g2, and the queen is lost. Okay, so Vaishali came back strong in this game, and this is the sixth game, and this was the very what do you say, after losing the previous round to Zhugener, she came back very strongly. So that is the strength of a champion. That is the strength of a, what do you say, they don't bow down. So they don't get bogged down by anything. So that is the strength. So that's why I showed these games to you. And at any point of time you should not crack down during the tournament. Okay, so this is a 14 round tournament, and this takes a toll in your game. And the very beautiful comeback by Vaishali, and we have already discussed 6 games, so 8 more to go. I will cover it in the next cover it in the next stream. Please stay tuned. I will announce the stream. Okay, and please do the like stream and subscribe. Okay, thanks a lot. Meet you in the next stream. Okay, thank you.